Hello everybody, welcome to this video, my first video on the channel, and we are using the Lex Incarnon. This is the first kind of like, this is a good first video because it's not like a super broken weapon that I'm reviewing, but it's still good and it's an updated. I want to make these videos for Incarnon weapons because there's only so many videos that are made on Incarnon weapons, and so some people want to refresh on stuff. Whenever I review secondaries, you're going to be seeing this Revenant a lot. This is my Revenant secondary weapons platform, and you may recognize this from Dystopia. This is he's actually where I got the idea, so credit to him. But basically, what you use is you use 5 Tau Cord shards for crit chance on heat, and then Arcane Precision, Arcane Velocity for damage and fire rate. You don't need to use Pistol Lamp, but I don't know, I guess it's just more damage. Otherwise, I would use probably Growing Power or whatever. You could use whatever the fuck you want. It doesn't make that big of a difference. And then for the ability I'm using Ensnare, again, I got this from him. This is, or them, I don't know. This is for Acolytes and Demolists. So any enemy that, you know, the tanky enemy that moves a lot, that benefits from being just locked in one place, this is why I use it. So the Lex, this is the setup that we're running. Prime Target Cracker, Pistol Gambit for crit, Galvanized Fusion multi-shot, same thing for Lethal Torrent, and extra fire rate. So the Riven that I have here, I picked this up for like 75 plat. I only paid extra because it already had like usable stats. This was a very slottable Riven. This weapon has a 4 dispo though, and this also doesn't have a negative, so realistically, you can get some pretty good rolls on this weapon. Like CC with a negative would be great, or critical damage with a negative, or CD multi-shot with a negative. Honestly, there are so many rolls that you can use on this weapon, and then high dispo makes it even better. And then heated charge to proc the shards, and then, you know, 60 mounts. Now I'm using Outburst to get even more critical chance and critical damage, but you don't have to. You can use Deadhead. I guarantee you can still one-tap the Acolyte with Deadhead. Or maybe not. I actually don't know. You'll see. Now we're using the Rauta to proc secondary Outburst. You're going to see this in the Dual Talks video I make as well. I also have a God Roll Riven for the Dual Talks, so that's going to be a good video. And I'll bring it to level cap as well. But the Rauta charges up combo multiplier, so you mod it for fire rate, multi-shot, reload speed, all that stuff. And then the Praedos is just for quality of life. And then I'm using Matterize, my focus skill, but you can use whatever the fuck you want. Almost forgot the evolution. So, you're going to want to use this. In my opinion, even if your Warframe has a channeled ability, this is still better because pretty much any Warframe can proc this. Even Revenant can, because since I have no casting speed on him, when I'm recasting Mesmer Skin, he'll be like shot in that animation and he'll get shield broken. So, use this one. So you might be wondering why I'm not using the recoil. I'm going to explain this as pretty much as quickly as possible. Magazine capacity is easier to charge than the negative recoil because negative recoil isn't even negative 100% recoil even at full stacks. It doesn't last forever, and you need to stack it up on headshots, so the first shot is still going to be really annoying, and it doesn't last for long. It only lasts for, like I said, only lasts for 4 seconds, gets up to 80%. So having that extra magazine capacity is very nice, since now you have an 18 magazine capacity, which, I don't know, I like it. And also it has a higher base fire rate in the normal form, so. And then 4th evolution is crit, more crit, right? You can get really dumb base status chance with this Evo. I actually really like the 4th Evos for this weapon, except this one's terrible. But these two are really cool because you can make like a totally different setup. You don't have to run crit. But I highly recommend running this. First thing you're gonna see is pretty much buffless. Alright, I don't have any damage buffs. Alright, so I'm gonna try to charge it and not get Galp stacks. Oh fuck. Alright. This is buffless. Well, it's gonna start ramping up because of the shards, but I mean, look at that, bro. See, this is why I love the weapon, is just because of the red crits. If it didn't red crit, I probably wouldn't be using it as much. But because it's a red crit weapon, or it can hit tier 6 crit, you're gonna see it hit tier 6 crit in this video. And it's also really good against enemies with damage attenuation because crit critical multiplier goes through damage attenuation, so this works on Acolytes, and it's also not a hit scan weapon, it's kind of a projectile, so it's very solid against Acolytes. By the way, I don't have an Arcane procced right now. I pretty much don't, because it's secondary Outburst, so I'm going to proc it right now, and you're going to see tier 6 crits. Alright, so you switch. That's all you gotta do, by the way, with the Rauta, and then there we go, there's a tier 3 crit. You just shoot him over and over again, and that's why you don't mod it for damage, so that you can shoot the same target, even if it's a not tanky one, and it'll get you up to 12x pretty quickly. And if you want the Incarnon form, I don't know why, if you want the Incarnon form on your weapon, you can just do this. There we go. Oh shit. There you go. See, now the shield break talent is procced. It honestly doesn't make that much of a difference in my eyes. It seems pretty much the same. So it scales against higher level enemies that don't necessarily get one tap. You see that guy, even that guy didn't get one tap, but he died to a 1.5 million E proc. That's without nourish. That's without any of that shit. I mean, like, so nourish would have made that like 4 million damage, pretty much. Give or take would have been like 4 million. And also the KPS isn't terrible. I was able to get like a 120 KPS with this weapon because of the, it's just because of the punch through, dude. It can actually kind of, oh yeah, wait. On Vor, this weapon's kind of hard to hit him with, just because it's a projectile, but here, let me fucking ensnare him, because this guy's a nightmare. Okay, here we go. There we go. I didn't even hit him the first time. For some reason, and it's really weird, the weapon will, like, in the Incarnon form, it'll red crit, but then there will be a bunch of other, like, white ticks. I don't know why that happens. It's not like there's an Evo for it. It just kind of just does that sometimes. It's weird. I don't know. There you go. So we're able to proc the... Okay, yeah, because Hoplite Virtue only lasts like 8 seconds. So that second Evo might as well not even exist. Okay, here we go. Good. So it's Acolyte time. I just got to make sure I'm going to have Arcane Precision. Yeah, let's go right here. It's Mania. Mania's chill. Alright. Where you spawn right there. And... boom. I mean, I don't even think I had precision on. I think it was actually like the downtime of precision. If not, I'll like put a little slow-mo clip on screen to show that if I had it or not. But yeah, if you do pick up this weapon, I highly recommend getting Riven with CC, just so that you have more crit against enemies like the Acolytes. Now, I wonder if that would kill a 4-person Acolyte. I think it would. And yeah, I mean, this weapon's just fantastic. I love it. It's fun. If it looks entertaining at all to you, in the slightest, because there are other videos that don't really do it justice. There's this one video by this YouTuber named Vu Thang. I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure it's Vietnamese. I don't know how to say it. He has a video on this with Mag. So if you want to see performance with another frame, I recommend checking that video out. It also red crits. And it does a lot of damage. That'll do it for me, I guess. I'll have a video on the Dual Talks up probably sometime. I'll try to get it out before next week, but I don't know. I have been a little bit busy recently, so that'll be all for me. Hope you guys enjoy. Hope this has helped you make a decision if you wanted to get the Lex, or maybe you already have it and you're kind of debating if you're building it, or maybe you already got all the other Incarnons and you don't know if you want to use it or not. Whatever the case. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video.